Hey guys, how are you doing today? I've put my cycling clothes next to an open window, and they were cold as hell. It was so uncomfortable to wear them. Hey, how are you? So today we are going to do another individual time trial. Today it's going to be Hilly one, but it's going to be also a somewhat shorter one. It's 2 laps on loop the loop, which goes from RoadtoA downtown to through Esses, through Italian villas, back to downtown, on the Hilly KOM, back to downtown, and then once more, the same lap. But it's going to be very tough again. Looks like my heart rate is going to... Almost jinxed it. Hello? Okay. I thought it was going to be on the first try. And it almost was. Okay, my right Zwift right controller doesn't connect. Okay, now. So yesterday the race was actually surprisingly successful. I was third in the DRA category, losing only about 30 seconds to the first one, to the winner, which was far better than I actually expected. Today it's going to be another gamble that you cannot really control. You can only do your best and hope for the best as well. You are compared to all the riders. Oh, what's that? Training Peaks kit? That's cool. Hey Colin, how are you? And I finished the race yesterday with a pretty sweet sprint that actually felt really good. Today, no such thing as sprinting, but hard sustained effort. Thank you, David. It's not in a row. It's the Tour of RoadtoA started on Saturday, and we got Tuesday off. But I was riding on Tuesday. It was only easy ride, but it was so far it was 5 races in 6 days. Today it's 6th race in 7 days. Oh, yeah. So, hey Steven, how are you? How do you feel? I would say surprisingly not that bad. I feel that my body is getting used to the effort, to the training load. Obviously, that feeling can change very quickly, but so far I'm not complaining. Also, a little update about Toby. We've been... we had another vet appointment, just a checkup. They did him blood work and it was absolutely clean, so he's alright. He threw up in the morning because his stomach is very irritated from yesterday, but it's alright. How's brisket, Steven? But you already already did your warm-up, right? I might be worn out as well once I do. Incredible. So we can focus on the proper suffering, right? Once again, something clicked. What is going on? That happened yesterday as well. I wouldn't actually don't let this throw you off your plan, because you can always do way more watts in the race than in the warm-up. I've noticed that many times, that I might be struggling with the last interval, and then I can hold that power pretty much no problem in the race. That's how it often goes. Yeah, and now it clicked again. It was something like chain skipping or something. Like if you have a worn cassette and you put a new chain on that sort of skip. Hopefully that's going to be okay. So do you want to share your number, Steven? Or you're going to keep it secret? Nowhere near that. If I can do 280 average, I'm going to be happy. Obviously, I want to pace harder on the climbs. Hey, Jaran, how are you? Do you know what the best wheels are for today? I assume since there is the climb, it's not disc wheels, right? Or are there? Are they? Disc? Alright. I can imagine that sort of rest day feels good. Oh. I took a dose of beta-alanine before the race. I actually have jitters all over my body. Yeah. Toby had his blood work done, and he's fine. So it was probably just thrown out meat. Which I don't know why someone does that, but oh well. Yeah, you don't want to risk it. He's always super stressed at the vet. He had gastro problems when he was a puppy, and he had to have done multiple x-rays, blood works, everything. So whenever we go there, he goes into full shiver mode, hiding behind me, all that stuff. It's actually quite mentally tough to see him like that. How much of the hydrogen do you use in that case? And do they like drink it? I don't know how to use it. I'll need to look into that. Oh yeah. It's brutal, man. It's 2 laps of loop-de-loop. So rolling until the climb, Hilly KOM, twice. Difficult to pace, I would say, properly. Yeah, this warm-up always feels so difficult. I'll probably actually increase the pressure in the rock plate a little bit. It's way too wavy. Yeah, that's about my plan. Probably more than 85% on the flat part. I'd say at 85% I might be underpacing. Not sure though. Maybe not. I hear you, Jaran. The thing is, I never had properly bad race ever since I started doing those. So I'm already a little bit superstitious, I would say. Oh, I need to change the bike as well. change the wheels. Yeah, let me actually increase the pressure a little bit in the rocker. Oh! Okay. Yeah, that feels better. Still moving a lot, but it's not like completely free for all. I think the trick to that is to do that warm-up sufficiently before the start. So you have at least 10 minutes of full recovery after the warm-up. I feel that then it like recharges and all that good stuff. Let me actually start my... I need to now also be starting my workouts on the Aura Ring, because if I just have it imported from Strava, it doesn't show the heart rate on the chart, and we cannot have that. Thank you. I'm a little bit torn now because I don't want to jinx it, but I feel fairly good. But the problem is, my best races were always when I felt like crap. Like yesterday. Yesterday I felt terrible. I felt terrible mentally, physically, and I got third. Good luck, Steven. Get in there. This is actually fairly short lap. I'm wondering if you will lap some of the guys. I assume the very top riders will, but... Still 71. I mean, I was under 71 for a few days now, but I don't want to change it to 70 until I'm like 70 proper. But then again, when I was like 71.7, I didn't change it to 72 either. So I think it's fair to wait until I hit like really 70 on the point. Yeah, not only in the last time trial actually. I have troubles in this whole series to really go into the herd zone. I actually was fairly able to do that yesterday, but on the stage before, on the Titan's Grove climb, I shouldn't have gotten dropped. I had the legs to go until the end, I'm fairly sure, but I simply couldn't go to the well for some reason. I think if I was fighting for like top 10 in GC, I would have way more motivation to push hard. But then again, I don't want to make excuses like that. I want to simply go deep each time I race. And it's frustrating that sometimes I'm not able to. Especially when I feel I have the legs. Ha! I'm not drinking now. Kova said that I shouldn't drink and should more train, for those of you who are not speaking Czech. But I'm not drinking now. That's the thing, I don't feel under pressure. Because I felt under pressure when I was racing in CRP because I was at the top of the category. Now I'm at the bottom. Like, nothing happens when I, do not beat those guys because I'm not expected to. But I feel deep down that on Wednesday I should have pushed harder. Thank you, man. Yeah, this sort of pressure feels better. Yeah, it is must start because there is no drafting, so there's no point in staggering the starts. And your result is compared to all riders, not only to your time slot in time trial. I remembered the fans today. It's a good start. Well, I actually want to start this too. Okay. No, it's not. FTP is not your 60-minute power. Common misconception. Basically, only pros have 60-minute FTP. Hey, nomads. Heart rate is fine. My legs are screaming. Thank you, man. Damn it. I hate time trials. Steven, incredible. 244. Oh. Okay. So 120. I think Steven might be able to do top 10. He'll need to push in those last two stages hard, but I think he can do it. But I'm not unhappy with this result. What was the time actually? 38:04. I wanted to go sub 38, but so like crazy terrible. But I can really feel the fatigue of the legs because my heart rate was fine for majority of the race. In some of the parts, I would be actually able to speak, like, but my quads are killing me in this series. Hey Orion, I mean, could have been worse, but definitely could have been better. I would say pretty average performance. I don't feel like I left too much on the table. Perhaps if I paced better, I would be able to do a little better time, but doesn't look like there are too many DRA behind me. Oh well. I think I was pacing the climb fairly well both times. It was this rolling passage in the assist where I could have gone harder, I think. Yeah, good job. I actually saw you behind me. That was a big motivator to not let you in front of me. Yeah. Actually, I think terrain like assist is where the Wahoo trainer is actually better, because the Wahoo trainer reacts quicker to shifting. This trainer has like better feeling when shifting, because basically Wahoo trainer, when you shift, does this, basically like a stepping motion, right? This trainer basically shifts like exponentially, so you shift and it does bzzz. So there is a little delay in before it reaches the next gear, and it feels better. But in terrain like this, might be a disadvantage, might not be, I don't know. But I hate time trials, so I'm glad to be done with it. And what's remaining is 2 super easy stages. Just kidding, they are both long and climbing. Tomorrow it's basically the Itza climbs 2.5 times. And on Sunday, it's going to be a trip all around RoadtoA waistline, and then Epic KOM and Radio Tower. Hey Eric, there's going to be many more like this. The next one is in May. It's going to be 3 weeks long. We were actually talking with Steven if we should do this one, the Tricerta, or how is it called? But we might also want to do the Sisu tour, Sisu Pinky. I think for both me and Steven, Sisu Pinky is sort of nostalgic, because that's basically where we started riding together last year. My FTP is not set too high. I have 6 races. I have done 6 races in the last 7 days. I'm tired. I couldn't test to my FTP now, but that doesn't mean it's set incorrectly. There is a big factor of fatigue in those races, especially when you are not used to racing every day. The fatigue can really wreck your performance. Like I said, my heart rate was perfectly okay, but my quads were killing me. Are you doing the tricarta? That's brave, actually. That's brave. Because it's basically this times 3. And Eric, it didn't start on January the 1st. It was starting on 3rd. I think FTP is important but overrated indicator in cycling. Basically what FTP tells you is if you go over this number, you are going to start fatiguing super fast. And if you go below it, you are not. But then again, FTP is relative to fatigue. So if you are fatigued both in the ride and in the macro scheme, your true FTP is lower, although your real FTP might be higher. All those stuff. Another thing is, it's actually super difficult to properly test for FTP. So if I would bet, I would say like 85% of people on Zwift have absolutely incorrectly set FTP. Another thing is that vast majority of riders think that FTP is 60-minute power, which is not. Actually, it might be. To be fair, it might be for some people, but for most people it is not. But I would argue that anaerobic capacity is way more important indicator for Zwift racing. Whether you call it WBAL, whether you call it FRC, whether you call it what's it called on Exert? HIE. Yeah, FTP is not power. That's correct. It's a state, physiological state. That's equivalent to some power. Also depends on what kind of races you are doing, right? If you are doing Zwift racing, FTP for the most part is irrelevant. If you are not racing out the Zwift, then it is, perhaps. But in most races, Zwift races, it's not relevant. But if you are racing like, Grand Fondos, that sort of stuff, then FTP might be actually useful. And it's still good benchmark of fitness, don't get me wrong, but, you can go 1 year of training and you can improve greatly without raising your FTP even by 1 watt. So. Yeah, you cannot ride to your FTP when you are tired. You need to be, if you want it basically to judge how my FTP is set in the settings based on this race, you could, but this race would need to be done absolutely rested, because that's how FTP is tested when it is tested. Hey, Steven, well done. Incredible job. How did you pace the... What was your power difference between the climb and the flats, Steven? What kind of power did you do at both? Just out of interest. Well, no, let's not sugarcoat it. I didn't kill it. I didn't ride badly, but I didn't kill it either. But I don't have this bad feeling I had on Wednesday today. Because Wednesday I knew I could have done better. Today, not so much. Above 350 on climbs and 300 on flats. Yeah, I've done over 350 on climbs as well, but I went way lower on the flats, so I probably should have gone a little harder on the flats and a little lower on the climbs. I think might have been better, but who knows? I don't know. Oh, so you used your heart rate like that. Okay, that's interesting. As it lowers each year. So let's go to 30k as a cooldown. And since it's Friday, it's going to be time for wings. Haha. So looking forward to that. Yeah, without beer. That's the sad part. Wings without beer are a little sad. But I have Coke. So that's not bad either. With wings. Yeah, I actually went into the second climb in the drops, and I actually felt that tired my legs less. Probably not 20, but my usual portion is 12-ish wings. And I either go half and half on buffalo and lemon pepper, or 7 and 5 in favor of buffalo, whatever mood I'm in. Lately I go half and half, because I really grew to love the lemon pepper seasoning mix. Beer is better, but when I have 2 non-alcoholics months, then I can't. If I don't want to drink like the non-alcoholic, which is like racing on a tricycle. This is something I will need to talk about with the bike fitter. Actually, I already got the appointment confirmed, so I'm really going on 23rd. But I will need to speak to him about... I feel that when I'm riding hard, my quads are being stressed way more than the back of my legs. I would actually need to make it more equal. Oh my god, next week is Hell of the North? Again? We are not doing that on Monday, Steven, are we? Probably, yeah. I don't want to mess with it myself now anymore. I want to train and race. Because I've lost a lot of training load messing with my bike fit all the time. But I'm really looking forward to have it set by an experienced guy. Steven, feel free to post it into the live stream videos section on the Discord. I think you should have permission to post there. If you don't, shoot me a message and I will try to figure out it in the settings how to do it. Oh, right, we are racing all of them. I forgot you are a lunatic, sorry. All right. Well, so we are really racing all three? Actually, let me rephrase. Are we actually racing all 18? Yeah, it is your fault. If it wasn't for you, I would be now gladly, peacefully riding through the Swift. All right. I'm not going to spend more time on the bike than I should today. But yeah, look, it wasn't bad effort actually. A lot of red in there. But it's actually a lot of fun. I need to give you that one. It's a lot of fun. FRR tours are actually the most fun I've had racing on Zwift so far. So. But then again, Steve, have you considered that we should probably do the short one at least a little rested because there are racing points changes for the short one. So shouldn't we do like the middle one on Monday and the short one like on Thursday or something? To not wreck our racing score? Because if I do like the short one on Monday in advanced group, I might legit get kicked out of the advanced group. I think we will talk it through. We will talk it through. Let me actually change back to my Tron so I'm not racing tomorrow with this crap. Now I need to dial the proper blue again. It might be actually quite a lot of fun to organize. See you, Cranks. It might be actually fun to organize the long one as a community ride. Maybe? And then raise the short and middle one? Or let's talk it through, actually. I don't know now. I am too busy thinking about wings to get into organizational mode. Right. Guys, tomorrow, next one. I believe, Steven, we will do it in at 5 again. The sooner slot. Is that fine for you? Or is it too early? I'd prefer the 5 slot, but should be okay. Okay. So let's do tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So the stream will start at 4:30. It's going to be mayhem because there's going to be 2.5 climbs of the Itza crab that I hate so much. Wings. See you guys. See you tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Enjoy your weekend.